Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. We're here with Papo Ortega, founder, pianist, lead vocalist of CUBANOSON, the leading Cuban orchestra in New York City. Welcome, Papo, to Live on Stage, man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me here on Live on Stage.
Papo, tell us a little bit about your band, your music, your history. First tell us about your band.
This band started in 2005. I had been playing with several orchestras and bands throughout the tri-state area, and decided to go on my own, and I created CUBANOSON in 2005, and we haven't stopped since.
Now tell us a little bit about the music that CUBANOSON plays. It's a salsa, it's a Cuban music. Do you guys, what do you play? Do you play merengue, bachata? Tell us about it.
We're predominantly a Cuban son orchestra. We play son. Could be referred to as salsa as well. I wanted to incorporate the traditional Cuban rhythms, conjunto style, and add a little bit of New York style salsa flavor to the orchestration, if you will, and that's what we set forth in CUBANOSON.
Now, how many musicians are integral part of the orchestra, or does it vary? Does it 3 guys, 5 guys?
It's 9 or 10 musicians. We have a brass ensemble, 2 trumpets and a trombone. We have a tres player. I play the piano and sing. We have an additional 2 vocalists, bass, and a 2-person percussion, which is a conjunto style percussion background.
Now, what made you start CUBANOSON? Do you see there was a need for a Cuban orchestra? What did you feel in your heart was the calling to start this orchestra?
I was performing with several bands as a piano player in the background, and I was never totally satisfied with all the music I was playing. I had a vision. After Buena Vista came out, we saw a lot of people playing Cuban music and dancing to it, and not just Cubans. We saw European, Chinese, Japanese, Canadians, South Americans. Everybody embraced this old style, brought back again, and I really believe that we've lost that in this area. Most bands became salsa bands, hard salsa bands, if you will. And although there are some good orchestras out there, there's some good charanga bands out there that do perform Cuban music. I wanted to expand a little bit in that Sonora Matancera, Johnny Pacheco style of sound. And I wanted to change it a little bit, so I added a trombone, which is a little bit unique to that sound.
Now, you've been playing in great places. I know you played at New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Tell us, the Salsa Congress in New York City. Tell us about some of the other places, the highlights or places that you played that you feel, have really accelerated your career and your orchestra sound.
I think the one place that really has made a footprint for CUBANOSON has been the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. As a solo act, I have been there not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, and I'm scheduled to go back at the end of this year again. I think that's impressive. They don't usually bring back the same artists. They do vary. However, we do pack the house, and everybody has a great time, and I think that's been one of my major footprints. I've also did Giant Stadium, now called New Meadowlands Stadium. I was very, very honored that I was called for Hispanic Heritage Month to do that, and have 80,000 fans pass CUBANOSON as they were playing on a Sunday morning, which was really, really good. I also did the International Fifi Awards, which are the Oscars of the fragrance industry, and it was really, really great to be handed off by Randy Jackson. Wow. That was really, really good.
Papo, I have with me here your first CD, Recordando a Cuba. It's a beautiful CD, beautiful cover. I love the music on it. Tell us a little bit about this CD.
Well, when I decided to create CUBANOSON, I put together a list of songs that I wanted to do. I wanted to come out with a recording first. It's all well and good to have a name, but if people don't know what it sounds like, it's kind of difficult to get hired and to grasp or your vision in the music. So I wrote a few songs. I got my uncle Sergio Sori to write a few things, and there's 4 original songs on that CD, along with 6 other non-original songs, remakes of previous versions of other songs. And I wanted to capture what the sound I wanted on a CD to let the world know what my vision was, and it really worked out well. This CD in 2007 was named the #1 CD in Italy, Germany, and the United Kingdom, and made it into 12 categories into the final entry list of the Latin Grammys for that year.
Wow, pretty impressive. You know, one of the things that is very impressive about your group, which has become very, I mean, not very, quite popular in the Tri-State area, is, you know, not only your excellence in Cuban music, but also you had a new touch to it, which is bringing a different language. You also sing in French. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have a great love for Canada. Canadians love Cuban music, and I travel often to Canada, especially Quebec side, which is the French-Canadian side. And their passion for Cuba, its culture, its music, it's really incredible. And I do speak a little French, getting better as I go along. I got to really study. But in my first CD, I came up with, I got this one song from a great friend, Silvio Sebrian, Monsieur José. And it was a story about a guy who has a girlfriend, and he can't speak French, so he can't communicate with his French girlfriend. It's really cute. It's one of our most requested songs on stage, and I wanted to expand on that. And in this CD, which we're going to probably talk about, I just released a second CD called Rumba Nueva. I wanted to expand on that. I have a Haitian following. I have done Haitian fundraisers, especially in light of everything that happened in Haiti. I wanted to add a little something in French. I actually sang Historia de un Amor in French. I took one of my originals, La Fiesta, and had it translated by my French teacher to French, and remixed it in French. And I just wanted to expand on that. I thought it was an innovative concept, but it's really, as I found out later, it's really not innovative. Daniel Santos and Celia Cruz both sang in Creole. Wow. In the 60s and 70s, and I could not believe that. But I did find it, and it is on the internet. It is true, which is Haitian Creole is their language, very similar to French as well. So it wasn't innovative. I thought I was reinventing the wheel, but I was coming up with something new. But I really reinvented the wheel.
Rumba Nueva, and Papa, why Canada? Why French? What attracted you? Were you born in Cuba? Were you born in New Jersey? I mean, all these nationalities, all these countries, all these things mixed together. What is all this about?
I'm an American. This is the greatest country in the world, but my heritage is Cuban, and I am strong to that heritage. I believe in the Cuban culture, the food, the music, the ethics, the morals. I am true to that. My whole family was musically oriented. Every single one of them. Mother, father, uncle, aunt, grandma, my brother, may he rest in peace, to whom the first CD is dedicated. The second one is to my wife, of course. But I love the music. I love the culture. I love what we do. And I think that everybody who's seen us live knows how much I enjoy it and how much I bring it out. The French part just came out as I needed to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do something a little different that hasn't been done, or at least hasn't been done lately, in order to gain a little edge, because there's some great bands out there that are performing, and competition is rough, so you have to have something.
Yeah, no, talking about your wife, you brought up your wife, and every time I've seen you perform, she's there in the side, in the wings, cheering you on. That's a beautiful thing to see. And you mentioned your brother, too. Tell us a little bit, and I want people to know, I know your story about your brother, but tell the people watching the show a little bit about your story about your brother.
My brother played trumpet, and played very, very well. He was second trumpet in a band, a local Western New York, Union City, New Jersey band, that changed. I don't recall exactly if he entered when it was Havana Brass or when it became Casino International, but he was the trumpet player. And a lot of musicians, a lot of local musicians that are still playing here today came out of that band. The leader would go to the high school and get the students so that they could participate. And my brother played for years with that band, and the leader, who knew me also, knew that I played piano, said, the piano player that I have is moving to Florida. I want you to come in as a piano player. Now, at that time, I didn't like the Cuban music that much. I mean, it was okay. I loved the hillbilly, the Punto Guajiro. That's what I was used to in my house. But I wasn't that much into the contemporary salsa or song, however you want to call it. And he said, no, I want you to be a piano player. I said, okay. And then he says, why don't you come? We're having a gig in Union City, New Jersey, in St. Augustine's Church. It's a big dance. Bring your 12-string. I play a little guitar. 12-string like a tres, that's Stalo Montuno. And he said, bring the guitar. And I said, oh, okay. So I showed up my guitar, and I have no idea what I played all night, but I did something. I was playing along. I had no clue what I was doing. He gave me a little solo on the Guantanamera, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. And at the end of the night, he paid me $5. So that is my first official professional gig. I got paid $5 to perform.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Now, Papa, I want to bring this up because what struck me about the CD is the design. It's a beautiful, beautiful design. Who did this design for you?
That's our great friend Ed Castañeda of HavanaNewYork.com. He's a genius in creating. He's a great supporter of anything Cuban, and him and his wife Carrie are avid supporters of CUBANOSON. They come out and dance. They come out and support us. They're always calling me, say how great you did. I love this song. What about this song? Do this song next time. And Ed does posters for us for marketing purposes, and he does a real great job. And when the time came for the second CD, I knew of nobody better to call to say, here, do what you want with it. This is the title, and everything he did is on him. I didn't have any input whatsoever.
Yeah, Ed does a wonderful job, and the wonderful thing about Ed, not only does he promote Cuban music, but Cuban culture as a whole, whether it be art, film, whatever it is, he's always promoting that. That's commendable. So a shout out to Ed. Thank you very much for promoting our thing, man. Papa, anything else you want to let people know? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the show, we're going to put his website so you can contact him. I know you want to, get in touch with him. He's on Facebook, so look him up. CUBANOSON on Facebook. You can look him up, become his friend. Ask to become his friend. He turned me down, but he'll take you. But anything else you want to tell the people?
Well, just thank you for having me on the show. I know that this is a relaunch here. You're doing a worldwide release, and I'm so honored that you asked me to be on the show. And we have Jay Gonzalez here, a great friend. I can't wait to see what Jay has in store for us. But I thank you very much, and also to your wife, Megan, for your continuous support of our band, and hope to see you out on the dance floor soon, buddy.
Always when you play, we'll be there. Anyway,
thank you, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check out Papo and CUBANOSON. What a treat. And if you ever see them play anywhere, if you hear about them, go check them out. You're going to have a great time. If you love their recordings, you love them on this show, you're going to love them live even more, because you're going to want to dance and dance all night long. So check Papo out and CUBANOSON. Enjoy. Thanks again, Papo.
Thank you, buddy.
That was Papo Ortega of CUBANOSON. What music?